Wars and rumors of wars. That phrase dates all the way back to biblical times. Maybe you've heard the phrase yourself, but why has it lasted so long? Because wars don't just fall from the sky. Conflicts erupt from a sequence of events. Long before war begins, people are talking about troubling happenings, rumors of war. The sequence of events leading up to World War II actually began with World War I. That war was called the Great War, not because it was good, but because so many people lost their lives. The total number of military and civilian casualties was about 40 million men, women and children. More than 300,000 of them were American soldiers. You can read more about that war in Great Battles for Boys World War I. What you need to know is that World War I ended in 1918. But many of the problems created by that war didn't get solved. The war had almost wrecked Europe, not just killing tens of millions, but destroying whole economies. The countries that won World War I, especially France, wanted to punish the country that lost the war and created so many of the problems, Germany. A peace agreement was signed, ending World War I. It was called the Treaty of Versailles. France added some harsh rules to it. For instance, the treaty ordered Germany to pay a huge amount of money to the winning countries. That's not unusual. Winners sometimes demand a losing country pay back the debts created by a war, a process called reparations. But Germany was completely broke after World War I. The German people were literally starving and couldn't find jobs. England and America asked France to lighten up. For one thing, how was Germany going to pay money to other countries when it couldn't take care of itself? England and the United States were also worried that the treaty's terms might actually make things worse because the German people would resent the treaty and the winning countries, which could lead to the kind of bitterness that starts wars. France wouldn't listen. The Treaty of Versailles was ratified or made official. Germany was forced to obey all the treaty's demands. Tragically, just as England and America predicted, the situation grew worse. The struggling German people felt even angrier at France and the other countries that won World War I. As that fury and resentment spread across Germany, one powerful madman arose and used their anger to take charge of the country. This man would change not just Germany, but the world, and change it for the worse. His name was Adolf Hitler. Massive German crowds gathered to cheer Hitler, standing in the window after being inaugurated as Germany's Chancellor on January 30th, 1933. During World War I, Hitler served in the German army and was awarded several medals for bravery. After the Great War, he rose through the German government, gathering political steam with former soldiers like himself who really hated the Treaty of Versailles. But not everyone liked Hitler. Some German politicians threw him in jail. But while he was in prison, Hitler grew even more popular by writing his autobiography, Mein Kampf, which means My Struggle. In this book, Hitler told the German people they were superior, that they belonged to something called the Aryan race. Hitler said these Aryans, people with blue eyes, light skin and blonde hair, were greater than any other people on Earth. And because they were better, Germany had a historic destiny to rule the world. The problem, Hitler said, was that some other people, especially Jews, were holding Germany back from true greatness. If Germany got rid of all the non-Aryan people, Germany could become powerful again. No more hunger, no more looking for jobs, no more trouble. Hitler's message filled a lot of German people with hope. They believed his ideas would change their lives for the better. When Hitler got out of jail, he was even more popular. He was also learning to speak with passion and persuasion by watching the political speeches of Benito Mussolini, the dictator of Italy. As head of Italy's fascist party, Mussolini drew huge crowds wherever he went. Hitler and Mussolini agreed about many things, such as the government should be extremely powerful and rule over people's lives. Soon these two men formed a political alliance, or partnership. Meanwhile, Hitler and his party of Nazis, or National Socialists, were winning more political offices. Hitler was creating military-type organizations within the government by backing people who agreed with his idea that Germany should rule the world and that the country needed to cleanse itself of all non-Aryan races, especially Jewish people. Eventually, Hitler won control of the entire German government, giving the Nazis full power over the country.